Good afternoon. So happy to meet you today for the first time this year, but of course we met most of you last year when Professor Frank was visiting on March 2022, and I'm happy today to welcome and acknowledge the presence of Dr. Belen Garijo as our guest of honor today. She is the CEO and the chair of Merck Group and also member of the Board of Trustees of Merck Foundation. I would like to welcome the Honorable Dr. Kelej Kumar, the Minister of Health and Wellness of Mauritius and our long-term partner, and really great to see you again, Dr. Kelej, this year, and to have an overview, celebrate the success stories of our scholars and Merck Foundation alumni from last year till today. Of course, as you remember, last year when we met, we celebrated 50 scholarships provided to doctors, local doctors nationwide across the island in 32 different critical and underserved specialties like diabetes, oncology, hypertension, cardiovascular preventive, of course fertility, embryology and reproductive sexual care, respiratory care, acute medicine, and many, many more. Today, we are happy that we increase the scholarships. The number is, we increase the scholarships to up to 73 of Mauritian doctors, and this is really important and very valuable milestone for us in transforming patient care in the island, in Mauritius. And I'm very happy and proud of all of you because most of you have great success stories and graduated with very high scores, which is very important for us because you're taking this seriously, because this is a very important opportunity. Not only that it will help the patients and care and your communities and your families, but also your career and yourself. So I'm very happy that you're taking this seriously and sharing with us your stories, your experience, your knowledge. I have met all of you online, and of course last year I also read your stories and the testimonies, which is very important for us because it shows us how important and valuable our work is. So I want to also request you and ask you, please also take this time from your agenda to record the testimonial videos, our team, because it's very important. You know why? Because we share it with all other scholars. You know that we have like more than 1,700 scholarships provided for doctors from 50 countries. And you will never have the opportunity maybe to meet them, but you can meet them through our social media where we have 5 million followers, and all of them is also follower for us, but also in our groups, in our website, and in our meetings and platforms. So it's important to you to exchange information and knowledge with them. The other things I want to highlight before I invite Dr. Belen Garijo to the stage, that we have developed, and I shared with you on WhatsApp group, a very important animation films to raise awareness about diabetes and hypertension. We have other films in the process, but these two very important and very significant for me and for you, because we know that diabetes and hypertension is very high incidence in Mauritius, plus obesity. And this cartoon movie I shared with you on the WhatsApp group, so to know your opinion about it and to understand how do you think you're gonna utilize it in meeting room of the clinics and the hospitals, in your clinics, in your platforms, in your meetings, and your training for other doctors, train the trainers programs, and community awareness, and maybe also some other ideas. I will not ask about the ideas now. Later, after we finish the speeches, I will invite one or two of you that I met today, and they have ideas how can we utilize and benefit from these animation stories. They are in French and in English, and sugar-free, and Mark's Pressure, and I'm sure you all watched it. So other thing is, of course, we had met yesterday the media representative through Media Trust Board of Mauritius, and we had a health training, and I would like to connect all our scholars with the media group so they can interview you, they can have, like work with you to be able to raise awareness in a scientific way, but also simple way to reach to the community members. So because I believe very much collaboration between media and healthcare is very important if we want to raise awareness about prevention and early detection in a very scientific and simple way that can reach and sensitize the communities. So I hope that you don't mind to do so, and we will talk about this later on our groups. So thank you very much again. After the speeches of Dr. Belen Garijo and Dr. Kelej Kumar, Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness, we will celebrate you as the graduated members or alumni by handing the medals and the certificates to celebrate your success and graduation. And after this, we will listen to your testimonial speeches to share with us your success stories and experience. And we all will enjoy it. So thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Kelej. And thank you for your support and follow-up. And I acknowledge that without the support of Dr. Kelej, this scholarship program will never be implemented, because we were trying to implement it for many years. But since we contacted each other in 2019, we started the implementation of the scholarships, and he took it very seriously and put the list, and we started implementing the program, and it was very successful, and it was during Corona. So it was actually very important milestone, because it was dead years. Nothing can be done except investing on your career and your development. Now we will continue the conversation with Dr. Kelej to see, not all of you need the recognition, because many of you are specialists already, but some of you will need an extra year of clinical practice, which we are going to provide in India or in Mauritius itself. And we will discuss that, and we'll see which things can be implemented. But what you've got as master degree or diploma from very reputable universities in UK and in other countries, it's very valuable. It's very difficult to achieve. I know that you had a lot, because I know that there is in other countries, you know, that 1,700 scholarships. So I see people who struggle, who fail modules and everything, but you were very successful. You were very clever and skilled in how you studied and give the dedicated time. They were one of the best students, really, in other countries, among other countries. So I congratulate you, and very well done. Therefore, Merck Foundation and even Dr. Belen very interested to invest more in your education and your things, because it's worth it, because we see impact. We can touch it, we can see it, and we will be there, and we will continue our commitment to the development of healthcare with Dr. Kelej, and hence, of course, development of the social and economic development of Mauritius. So thank you very, very much.
Good afternoon, bonjour à tous et à toutes. Dr. the Honorable Kelej Kumar, Minister of Health and Wellness of Mauritius, dear partners, the Merck Foundation alumni, and future healthcare experts of Mauritius. I joined Rasha to thank you for being with us here today. I'm also very, very happy, because this is my first time visiting Mauritius, this beautiful island, and I'm even happier to be doing that, to celebrate the initiatives of the Merck Foundation, and of course to celebrate your success. We are also very pleased having met this morning His Excellency the President of Mauritius, and we have been discussing with him the impact that the Merck Foundation programs are making on the public sector, mainly on the public health sector, with a special focus on the new public cancer care hospital and the IVF center, which is the first private center that is going to be open here in Mauritius with the support of the Merck Foundation, and also to discuss the future impact, your future impact on patient care in general. It has been a very interesting discussion, and the Minister had been raising and discussing and sharing with us, the President has been sharing with us the priorities that he has in healthcare, and we have been able to confirm how much commonalities do we have when it comes to the healthcare agenda and the initiatives of the Merck Foundation here in Mauritius. So, as you all know, because you are familiar with the activities of the Merck Foundation, the Foundation started the partnership with Mauritius Government and Ministry of Health and Wellness in 2017, so 6 years ago. And since then, our joint programs have been developing with what I consider to be huge success, thanks to the continued support of the Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness of Mauritius. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very, very proud to know that the Merck Foundation has provided, since 2017, 73 scholarships here in Mauritius. We have said that also to the President this morning, of 1 year online postgraduate diploma and 2-year master degree for Mauritian doctors in many underserved and critical medical specialties as fertility, embryology, sexual and reproductive care, oncology, very important, cardiovascular prevention, diabetes, endocrinology, gastroenterology, dermatology. I have been quite impressed of reading that we have been supporting almost each and every specialty, medical specialty that exists in the world, with focus on aging population, but also, and importantly, prevention of diseases, multiple diseases, and also taking care of neonatal medicine, mental health, which is also a priority here in Mauritius, family medicine, and many more. And importantly, the objective of our joint program is to contribute to building healthcare capacity in the public sector. And this is with the objective to establish a very strong platform of skilled and specialized healthcare providers across Mauritius. We strongly believe that empowering people will lead to a better future. We also believe that good healthcare can transform the lives of individuals and families across developing countries, and it can significantly contribute to economic and social development because, of course, healthcare is a major driver of economic growth and, consequently, of social progress. We all know that the lack of financial resources is not the only challenge in Africa, but the scarcity of trained healthcare professionals who are capable to address diseases, prevention of diseases, diagnosis and management at all levels of the healthcare system is the biggest challenge. A sweeping shortage of medical and healthcare manpower has been a key limiting factor. In the WHO 2017 report, Africa had just 168 medical schools in the entire continent. Just one medical school in 24 countries, and no medical school in 11 countries. Sub-Saharan Africa, excuse me, with 24% of the world's disease burden, has only 2.8 healthcare workers per 10,000 capita. And this is compounded by the maldistribution of workforce among urban and rural areas and the public and private sector. For example, before the start of the Merck Foundation programs, there was not a single oncologist, fertility or reproductive care specialty, diabetologist, respiratory or intensive care specialist in many countries in Africa, such as the Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Central African Republic, many others. And this was limited, specialized doctors, that was limited but the lacking a specialized doctor in many critical fields. And with a tremendous visionary strategy, the Merck Foundation has focused on building capacity in those countries by providing scholarships for the first specialist and specialized team in many of these fields, medical fields that I have mentioned. Moreover, infectious diseases and malnutrition have been two of the most popular agendas that have dominated the global health discourse on the developing world ever since the advent of global health cooperation. With the epidemiological transition in developing countries in recent decades and the emergence of chronic non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular, hypertension, diabetes, and cancer as very significant public health problem, increasing attention has been accorded to combating the double burden of communicable and non-communicable diseases, sometimes called the triple burden, after adding injuries and degenerative conditions. The relative shares differ considerably across the developing world. For instance, non-communicable diseases are now the overall leading cause of mortality and morbidity in developing countries, having now exceeded infectious diseases. Therefore, together with local partners in many countries in Africa, the Merck Foundation continues their efforts in transforming the patient landscape through all these scholarship programs. Till today, I'm very proud to say and to congratulate the CEO of the Merck Foundation that for more than 700 scholarships that have been provided for young doctors in 50 countries in 42 critical and underserved medical specialists. This is a pioneering program, which we are very proud of. Many of them are becoming the first specialists in their countries. Example in Liberia, the Gambia, Burundi, Malawi, Sierra Leone, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Guinea, Ethiopia, Congo, Nepal, Bangladesh, and more. Dear partners and alumni, last but not least, I'm very glad to meet you today, to hear from all of you, to receive your feedback, to hear your success stories, and most importantly, to hear your experiences, that the one that you have gained from these scholarships, because we need to continue to understand what else can we do better and how can we maximize the success of these training programs. I congratulate you all. I know many of you have already graduated and the rest are undergoing all their scholarship very successfully. We are very happy to see the interest that our scholarship programs have generated, because this is the beginning of a process that will significantly contribute towards your future career and towards the quality of your practice, and hence will further contribute to improving patient access equitably and of high quality in your country nationwide. So I praise that we continue to work together to transform the patient landscape here in Mauritius and across the African continent, and I am looking forward to meeting you again after the rest of your graduate to celebrate your success stories. Once again, congratulations to all of you for having placed your time and efforts into advancing and furthering your careers in any of the specialties that you have practicing already. I want to take this opportunity to also recognize our partnership with the Ministry of Health, and of course I want to say that as a member of the Board of Trustees of the Merck Foundation and as the CEO of the company, a company which is family-owned, which has been in business and exercising these values at all levels. I am extremely proud of what has been done by the Merck Foundation. I was an early sponsor of More Than a Mother, so anytime that the program is mentioned, I really jump full of pride. I know everything that Rasha, with a very small team, has done and the impact that she is creating in the company. I always present the Merck Foundation and Rasha in particular as a leader, as a role model of what we call high impact culture in the company. And once again, being here today and listening to all your testimonial has been extremely inspiring for me and most importantly, a catalyst and a recognition that we are doing the right thing and that we will continue to invest in all these initiatives that have so much impact in the society and in the different communities in which we operate. Thank you very, very much, and let's enjoy the evening together.
Dr. Belen Garijo, the Chair of the Executive Board and Chief Executive Officer of Merck, Dr. Rasha Kelej, the Senator of Egypt, CEO of Merck Foundation alumni and future healthcare experts of Mauritius, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's a privilege for me, an honor to be in your midst tonight for the Merck Foundation Mauritius Alumni Summit 2023. I would like to welcome, first of all, among us, Dr. Belen Garijo. It's your first visit to Mauritius. Welcome, ma'am. Chair of the Executive Board and Chief Executive Officer of Merck, and Dr. Rasha Kelej, who we met last year. Here is the photograph, exactly. And the CEO of Merck Foundation. So these two eminent personalities have brought a significant contribution, which we believe we all share that. And I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude towards them to extend such opportunities to young African doctors, that is, to our continent. So greetings also to the future healthcare experts of our country who have successfully completed the Merck Foundation scholarships. So first of all, I think we know that this has been undertaken, this collaboration, Merck Foundation and Mauritius, this should have been taken some years back, and we have to be honest and pay gratitude to all my predecessors, all those who have involved in building up this collaboration. So since 2017, Merck Foundation is the philanthropic arm of Merck and aims to improve the health and well-being of people through science and technology. Merck Foundation has launched several initiatives in Africa, for Africa, and for developing countries, such as the More Than a Mother movement that aims to empower infertile and childless women through access to information, education, and change of mindset. The Cancer Access Program, whereby a fellowship program has been devised for training in oncology to cater for the scarcity of trained healthcare personnel in cancer treatment. Till date, 137 new oncologists have been trained from 28 countries, including Mauritius. The More Than a Patient program to empower women cancer survivors to reclaim their lives by reintegration forces into society. And another program is the Community Awareness Program to help share information about cancer and fight against stigma. And that's not all. Merck Foundation has also offered more than 750 scholarships to doctors from 43 countries as part of the Diabetes and Hypertension Blue Points program. Merck Foundation has provided more than 1,700 scholarships, as stated earlier, to doctors from 50 countries in 42 critical and underserved medical specialties. So, my ladies and gentlemen, it's important to highlight the long-term partnership between Merck Foundation and Africa. The commitment of Merck Foundation to enhance healthcare in Africa by providing these valuable scholarships to young African doctors is indeed commendable. And in fact, we look at our scenario, our Mauritian picture, it's more or less the same. If you can imagine what's been happening here 20 years back, how difficult it is to get, any training program, and now when you have Merck, a foundation where you don't have all the different, documentary evidence to be produced, where this is quite a shortcut way where we get access to training, and that now is in our country. So I'm proud to share that Merck Foundation has provided till today for Mauritian doctors scholarships to 73 young doctors in many critical and underserved specialties. So the list has been stated, so just to name few, lately the fertility, embryology, and so on, including neonatology medicine. I'm also glad to announce that more Mauritian doctors have been enrolled for future Merck Foundation scholarships, and I'm sure in the future the alumni will be, you'll have to look for, a bigger place to get the alumni together. So together, we are certainly transforming the patient care landscape in our country. And this is what the vision of the government is. How do we continuously promote and, to improve the services? And one way is just have this foundation to get all the access, where you can get the access to get training and so on. So this is a vision of the government. The vision of the Prime Minister, Pravin Kumar Jagnat, is to make of Mauritius a medical hub for the region. Mauritius is also aspiring to become a platform for biotechnological and pharmaceutical products for Africa and beyond. So now, if we want to achieve these objectives, we will need qualified healthcare personnel, and to discuss the future plans to support Mauritius, where you have to get involved, where your brainstorming, your inputs are so important so that we can reach where we want to, that is to have this, to reach these objectives where we need qualified healthcare personnel. And I'm grateful again towards Merck and its right arm, the Merck Foundation, for supporting the Mauritian doctors. Now, once more, I'd like to thank Dr. Belen Garijo, Chair of the Executive Board and Executive Officer of Merck, Dr. Rasha Kelej, again, for their presence among us tonight. Now, I wish to address to you, scholars, I wish to congratulate you for for having successfully completed the courses in which you were enrolled. So if you think about it clearly, if really we can do our work the traditional way that we have been doing for many, many years now. Now, if you want to improve on this, to try to find out what are our challenges, unless we embark on the training, we won't know how we will move. If you look at our files in hospital, if you look at the documents that we are having in the hospital, if you look at 20 years back, there has been no big change. Even if we'll try to implement IT, it's not going to work because you feel so much comfortable on the way you are doing things, and you won't see that we need to improve other things. Or if you feel that, if you want to see how do we decrease infant mortality rate, decrease the neonatal mortality rate, the maternal death that we have, you know the figures, it's been published yearly. If you look at the complications that we do have, as stated earlier, be it diabetes, hypertension, dialysis, and so on. If you look at the stroke, the number of patients suffering from a stroke, there are two things. Or you work traditionally doing things as it is, or you say, no, the next generation, we want to improve things. You can't wait for the next generation to do that. It's up to you. You got to embark into such a program. Government can devise policies, can make strategies, can bring an action plan, but who will do the action? It's you. If you, healthcare workers, don't want to go for that, to find out how you can improve your practice to improve the quality, and you don't discuss about the plan for the future, then we stay doing the traditional way, and mark my words, in the years to come. So be it for our NCD surveys, the figures, yes, we will make an improvement, but we'll stay there. Yes, we will make some improvement in management of diabetes, but we won't make further improvement unless today the young generation change that mindset, that even though we got a comfort zone it means that we got a job, we want to improve our practice, and that's what will be your legacy that you're going to leave for the future generation. So with these words, so I do hope that you will share your knowledge with your colleagues, encourage more doctors, young doctors, to enroll in Merck Foundation program, and I also hope that you will contribute significantly towards our aim of having a patient-oriented healthcare system. It's been great. We've listened to you all carefully, and I believe that's where the changes have come. I was part of that system, and where we will never engage in any course, in any training program, unless fit to our scheme of service or to some promotional job. What I mean to say, whether you are an MHO, that is practitioner, general practitioner, or you are a specialist. Otherwise, if we don't fit in any courses that's going to fit for this promotional job where there is a reward, no one is going to undertake such commitment. Now, what's the change you bring? Though it's an online course, with what we've heard from all of you, it means something that has come from you. And what is the first, your achievement is, with this course, you've built up a lot of confidence in yourself, because I understand very well, yes, this course at this moment of time, it is not recognized by the regulatory authority, that is the Medical Council or the other regulatory authorities, yet you've said, no, it's going to help myself, build up the confidence, improve myself in doing my job, so that whenever I'm going back home with, a lot of satisfaction. That's what you've been able to achieve. And that's where the ministry is looking at this starting point. I believe from staying here with you for the last 2 hours, I'm try to understand, yes, in fact, where really we want to go. If you look at the HSSP, that is the Health Sector Strategic Plan, done in 2020 to 2024, there's a lot of emphasis on training and where to start training, because it's such a complicated issue, because you've got to fit it to satisfy the unions, because the unions will tell you, hey, you won't get anything out of it, there is no point of doing any training. Or you've got to see what is your scheme of duties, trying to fit it in your scheme of duties, because everything should be accompanied by some kind of reward, or it keeps on dragging. Let's say, for example, the family doctors that probably that we want this to happen for the next 20, 50 years, and how it's getting, it's not a straightforward job that we are doing. It's very much complicated. You've left all these beside. Congratulations to all of you, because you haven't think about what's going to be my registration, whether this will be an acceptable course, whether this will give me to increment to salary, more salary. You've just said, okay, it's whatever. When I heard you all saying, you said, no, whatever I'm doing, I'll try to get myself doing it in a, trying to find a better way of doing it. That's where the credit goes. I think I'll use you all, this alumni of Merck Foundation, to showcase everybody that we started somewhere. We didn't think of everything was possible at that time, but you started somewhere. But now what we want to achieve, that yes, whatever you've acquired through all these universities and courses, that it's been transformed in your daily practice, that it's tangible, where you can measure it. Otherwise, there won't be any difference. With years, we won't be able to assess, because they're where we want to go, to see that, yes, this has transformed myself in what we are doing. I've listened to many of you and saying that, yes, how that has given you, in fact, that, to get more knowledge and be more confident in what you are practicing. So that would be I'll try to see how Merck Foundation we can sell this product, market this product, because otherwise, if you look at the, the doctors or any paramedicals joining the service, no one is going to engage into any training course. Why? Why do I have to do so? The end of the month, I'm going to do whatever you want, my salary is there. Over time, always there's somebody who's been going on leave, who's going to be on, you'll get another benefit. But what do I get? You'll be taking at those, that showcase that we want to see. But what will be expected, I'll see how with Merck Foundation, we can find out, okay, all of you, maybe the number is somewhere around 50, how this has transformed your daily practice. Yes, we've listened to you, but how can we be accountable for that? And if we've been able to do that, I'm sure for the coming generation, we can tell them, yes, this has been that has been the transformation, how this sector has been moving in terms of improving the healthcare, and also in terms of personal satisfaction, what I believe is very, very much important. Yes, we understand patient satisfaction and so on, but it's also embarking in a career, and having that personal satisfaction is very much important for us also. That will make that growing process. So let's see how we can use you all to get those results and make it as a test case so that others also follow the same pathway. So again, congratulations.
Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Kelej Jagatpal, Dr. Belen Garijo, Chair of Executive Board and CEO of Merck, Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation, officials of the Ministry of Health, and dear friends and colleagues. Well, I'm Dr. Pharma, consultant pathologist for the Ministry of Health, posted at the Central Health Lab. I'm very much thankful for Merck Foundation. I went to India, Mumbai, Tata Memorial Center for a training of 6 weeks in hemato-oncology. When I came back in 2019, we started the Department of Immunophenotyping with 1 flow cytometer. And then this year, we have received a second flow cytometer. We run roughly around 100 tests per year, which enable us to diagnose leukemia patients and also for their follow-up, for prognosis, and for minimal residual disease. Before the implementation of this department, we were still using our microscope and basing ourselves on morphology, plain morphology, for our diagnosis of leukemia, acute leukemia, and other hematolymphoid malignancies. And then, after this diagnosis, patients were sent abroad for proper diagnosis, proper typing, so that they could benefit from the appropriate treatment and management by our oncologist team. But ever since we have introduced this immunophenotyping department in our central health lab, our patients have a proper diagnosis, a correct diagnosis, and this enables our team, our oncologists, to give the proper treatment, a targeted chemotherapy to these patients within days of getting admitted, getting tested for this illness. And mind you, as you're all aware, we are a welfare state and our health services are free. And this flow cytometry, this immunophenotyping, it costs the ministry 700 to 800 euros per patient. And our ministry, we are thankful for them to support us, to help us in giving this proper diagnosis to our patients, which saves millions in terms of we don't have to send patients, all patients abroad to get only the diagnosis. So for us, it's a major move that we have been able to start this service here in Mauritius. Thanks to Merck Foundation for our training. We have managed to make a difference in our healthcare services delivery. We have managed to help our colleagues in treating patients. We have managed to help patients get a better quality of life. And we have managed to help patients get the treatment here in Mauritius wherever possible. Because some patients still go abroad where the treatment is not available here. Definitely, I would like to thank Merck Foundation for giving us this great opportunity for training. Thank you for helping us to help our fellow citizens. Thank you for collaborating with our Ministry of Health and Wellness. And thank you for our Minister, who is there to support us also whenever our colleagues are being sent abroad for training. And I think it should continue like this. And dear friends, I see our Minister sitting between 2 ladies. They are not simple ladies. They have special powers. I can even say they are the superheroes of the Merck Avengers team. Because why we are here today, it's because of them, because of Merck Foundation. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Good afternoon, members of Merck Foundation, the CEO, Dr. Rasha Kelej, the Chairman of Executive Board, Dr. Belen Garijo, our Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Kelej, distinguished guests and members. I'm Dr. Boulaki, Medical Health Officer, currently working at G2 Hospital. I'm honored and grateful to Merck Foundation and the Ministry of Health and Wellness for having given me the opportunity to pursue my one-year scholarship postgraduate diploma in diabetes in 2021, followed by a master's degree in 2022. The course was delivered on an online platform. We had frequent interaction with our lecturers and other health professionals around the world, where we discussed about several clinical scenarios, make use of critical thinking, and apply evidence-based medicine with up-to-date clinical guidelines. We have to submit our weekly reflective diary, engage in module activities where you had to submit scientific posters and videos, do research proposal, and have an module exams. I also had to submit a dissertation at the end of my master's degree. It was indeed an enriching experience and had a positive impact on my daily clinical practice. The comprehensive curriculum provided a deep understanding, empowered me with practical strategies to treat diabetes patients. I have learned about the importance of multidisciplinary approach in the management of diabetes patients. To conclude, I wish to thank the Merck Foundation and Ministry of Health and Wellness for their commitment to create this network and support, and their contribution for the education of healthcare professionals in Mauritius, which will be beneficial for our country. Thank you.
Dr. The Honorable Kelej, Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Belen Garijo, Chair of the Executive Board and CEO of Merck KGaA, Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation, members of Merck Foundation, officers of Ministry of Health and Wellness, colleagues, friends, good evening. I'm Dr. Hansa Suma, Merck Amners 2021 batch, currently working as pulmonologist in the public sector at the Chest Clinic Port Louis. I benefited from the scholarship offered by Merck Foundation through the Ministry of Health and Wellness 2 years back and have completed my PG diploma and MSc in Respiratory Medicine from the University of South Wales with distinction. My dissertation entitled Biologics in COPD has even been published on the online platform of the university for future student use. Even though I already had a master's degree in respiratory medicine and a fellowship in interventional pulmonology, I wanted to learn a new facet of respiratory medicine, and that is the non-pharmacological approach to the management of various respiratory conditions. One of the most interesting aspects of that non-pharmacological approach where I succeeded in developing myself further was pulmonary rehabilitation. Pulmonary rehab includes a set of exercises you teach patients having specific respiratory conditions with a view to palliating their shortness of breath. And it also entails other interventions like disease education, nutritional advice, and smoking cessation treatment, amongst others. In our current practice, we lack an established pulmonary rehab program, be it in the public or in the private sector. With the knowledge gathered on pulmonary rehab during my course, our chest department, together with the physiotherapy department, is now working on setting up such a program in the public sector. Another fascinating aspect I learned during my course is how the nursing staff is empowered to contribute actively in the management of chronic lung diseases. I, together with my colleagues, are trying to implement this approach in the Mauritian context by teaching our nursing staff, who in turn will educate our patients on knowing their conditions better and participate actively in their treatment. In addition to my clinical duties, I have always had a keen interest in teaching. When I was working as a training manager at the Mauritius Institute of Health, I gained basic skills in online Moodle platform and distance tutoring. During my PG diploma and MSc courses, I particularly took a keen interest in learning new methods of online teaching, and when after my MSc the opportunity to join the University of South Wales online tutoring team for respiratory medicine presented itself, I couldn't help but grasp it with both hands. In a sense, I have to say that courses offered by the Merck Foundation are stepping stones to a myriad of opportunities, or to even training courses and fellowship. Hence, I would like to express my deepest and most sincere gratitude to the Ministry of Health and Wellness and to the Merck Foundation for having given me the opportunity to further my development in the field of respiratory medicine. I'm genuinely convinced that this will enhance my practice of respiratory medicine and most importantly will lead to an improvement in the quality of healthcare delivery to my patients. With this, a big thank you to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Merck Foundation, and to you all.
Dr. Honorable Minister of Health, Chair of Merck Foundation, and Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, good evening. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am Dr. Lilo Dari, gynecologist, working at Sasio Ramgulam National Hospital, a public hospital. I am currently leading a fertility clinic for the last 1.5 years, and so far, with the minimal resources that we had, we have achieved more than 15 successful pregnancies. Thanks to the Ministry of Health and Wellness and Merck Foundation, so I was awarded a fellowship in fertility management and advanced reproductive care early this year. So I completed my training at Indira Fertility Academy in Udaipur in June, which was a journey rich in knowledge and where we were taught infertility management from the basics. And the training program was well established with a platform of academics to interact, where we had acquired much theoretical and surgical experience and insights regarding infertility management. So after the training, I returned to Mauritius in June, and the approach to infertility couples has definitely changed. The way I see patients, the way I counsel patients, and the way I scan patients as well. And we are currently working with the Ministry of Health and my fellow colleagues to start the first phase of advanced reproductive care in the coming future. So there's an action plan. I've been helping in writing information leaflets and also training junior doctors and nurses as well. So I would like to thank the Merck Foundation through the Ministry of Health and Wellness for providing this excellent training platform to doctors around the world, particularly in African and Asian countries. And I strongly believe that the training being provided will definitely help doctors in these parts of the world to become better ambassadors for many couples dealing with infertility, trying to become parents. Thank you very much.
Greetings, Dr. the Honorable Kelej Kumar Singh Jagatpal, Minister of Health and Wellness, Mauritius, Dr. Belen Garijo, CEO of Merck, and Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation. I am Dr. Menisha Mohabia, General Practitioner working at the Victoria Hospital for the past 7 years. I was glad to get the opportunity through the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Mauritius, to apply to the scholarship of PG Diploma in Preventive Cardiovascular Medicine from the University of South Wales. Thus, Merck Foundation has excelled in achieving its capabilities in the health sector. Personally, I have gained a wealth of knowledge from this 2-year scholarship program. The PG Diploma and Master's degree in Preventative Cardiovascular Medicine have significantly advanced my understanding of cardiovascular scientific knowledge, diseases, and their prevention. The program has offered valuable insights into the role of preventative medicine, particularly in situations of specific and emerging importance. The clinical scenarios employed in the program have enhanced not only my problem-solving skills, but also my abilities in critical analysis and evidence-based care. The scholarship has definitely enhanced my competency in both practical and theoretical aspects, allowing me to meet the challenges of delivering high-quality care to my patients within a complex primary health care setup. As a cherry on the cake, I even had the privilege of participating in the Merck Foundation Africa-Asia Summit held in Mumbai this year. This scientific conference brought together doctors from Africa and Asia for knowledge sharing and continuous education on current standards by field experts from different parts of the world. It was definitely a great experience for me. I would like to take this opportunity to make an appeal to the Minister of Health to make our hard work be recognized by the Ministry of Health and Wellness and enable us to put into practice the innovative and equitable healthcare solution which we have acquired and be an asset to the health sector in Mauritius. Last but not the least, I want to say a big thank you to the Ministry of Health and Dr. Rasha, CEO of Merck Foundation, and her dedicated team for trusting and believing in me. Your support has meant a lot throughout and after the scholarship. I thank you all.
Dr. Kelej, the Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation, Dr. Belen Garijo, Chair of the Executive Board and CEO of Merck. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Rasha Kelej, and I'm a community physician based in primary health care. I'm very excited today to share my testimonial with you all. Firstly, let me start by saying that it is an absolute honor to have this opportunity to give this testimonial. I have had the privilege of taking the postgraduate diploma in diabetes in 2021, and I cannot wait to share my thoughts and experiences with you. I was initially drawn to this course because, as you know, community physicians are primarily involved in the care of diabetic patients and more so in the management of non-communicable diseases. So having more knowledge on diabetes, be it diagnosis, management of complications, educational programs, multidisciplinary management is crucial to properly care for and manage these patients. One thing that stood out to me is the fact that the course was entirely online, and this allowed me to study without much impact on my work and career. And yes, I could be with my family. Additionally, I must commend Merck Foundation for their exceptional support in providing scholarships to make available these courses from international recognized organizations such as University of South Wales. I would like to thank the team for their commitment and support to students. It is clear that they are passionate about what they do, and this passion shines through in every aspect of Merck Foundation. I believe that such programs are necessary for our professional development, especially in a context where the health climate is constantly changing and where we are registering cases of non-communicable diseases and complications. Building capacity in diabetes would be interesting and beneficial to the society at large through master's programs or hands-on training. To sum up, my experience with the postgraduate diploma in diabetes has exceeded my expectations in every way. I am grateful for the knowledge and skills I have gained, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. Thank you.
Honorable Dr. Kumar Singh Jagatpal, Dr. Belen Garijo, CEO of the Executive Group of Merck, Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation, fellow alumni colleagues, warm greetings to you all. So I'm Dr. Kalaivani Marapanaken. I recently graduated from Queen Mary University of London, so that's from Bart's Cancer Institute, which is one part of the Faculty of Medicine of Queen Mary University of London. So the course lasted 2 years. There's been a lot of talk about the course being only online, so there was a lack of clinical training, but let me reassure you, Dr. Jagatpal, it's 2 years of intensive training. So it was 2 years of endless seminars, PowerPoint presentations, lectures, assignments, Viva. So it was 2 very hard years. So a lot of group work also. One of the things I really appreciated about this course was we had like first-class lecturers from UK. So there's a huge gap between cancer treatment in developed countries and here in Mauritius. So I really got to appreciate the difference in cancer care from developed countries and here in Mauritius. So we learned a lot. We learned from scratch everything about cancer. So we started right from cancer biology, cancer pharmacology, And we moved on slowly to cancer prevention and screening, and we really noticed the difference in what is being done in developed countries and what the situation is here in Mauritius and how much can still be done in terms of prevention and screening, and also in terms of treatment as well. So we have now ushered in an age where you see treatment, biological therapies being developed. We see chemoprevention being introduced in a lot of countries. So in some countries, women are being given chemotherapy to prevent breast cancer. It's there, it's widely available. But here in Mauritius, it's not even being talked about. And yet, it's available. These modes of cancer prevention are available. And we've been talking a lot about colorectal cancer. And here in Mauritius, we're still waiting. So there's a lot of, Mauritius is slowly tiptoeing towards that level of healthcare system. So we're slowly awaiting it. It may come in next month, it may come in 6 months, it may come next year, in 5 years, in 10 years. So I'm still one of those young doctors you've been mentioning, so I'm only 31, so if I am to retire at 65, I still have 34 more years to work in the service, so that's a lot. So I would like to thank Merck Foundation for the opportunity. So I learned a lot during those 2 years, and I'm not going to stop here. I want to learn more, and I've learned a lot about how much I still don't know about cancer. So it's a very fast developing field, and I can't wait for more to learn. Okay, I would like to thank everyone.
Good evening, everybody present. I would like to thank the CEO of Merck Foundation, Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, Chair of Executive Board, CEO of Merck, and member of Merck Foundation Board of Trustee, Dr. Belen Garijo, Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Kailash Kumar Jagatpal, for honoring us tonight with their gracious presence. I would also like to thank my fellow colleagues and Merck Foundation alumni for taking their time off their busy schedule and attending this summit. I am Dr. Jaintanya Burjan. I am amateur since the last 7 years, and I'm currently working at the Brown-Sequard Mental Health Care Center. I have already completed my MSc in Mental Health at the University of Technology, Mauritius. I would like to thank Merck Foundation for having initiated multiple programs in the interest of doctors and patients. Merck Foundation is the first foundation that has taken the initiative for developing such programs and providing training for doctors to help them increase their skills and knowledge, as well as help them in their career progression so that they can become global ambassadors of health later. Merck Foundation has taken the challenge to deal with global pandemics and struggles like infertility, female genital mutilation, gender-based violence, and child marriage. That there are things that are happening in the world, but we don't talk about it. The Merck Foundation has helped by crossing the financial, cultural, and language barrier. Additionally, Merck Foundation has contributed greatly through several programs, namely the most common one by Dr. Rasha Kelej, the More Than a Mother program, the Merck Foundation Capacity Advancement Program that has given us doctors several scholarships across, not only in Mauritius, across Africa, the Merck Foundation Diabetes and High Blood Pressure Blue Points Program through media recognition, fashion, film, and song awards, the STEM program, the Cancer Access Program, the First Ladies Summit Initiative, and luminary sessions. I have been part of the 10th luminary session at Dubai last year myself, and it was a very enriching experience for me. These programs have enlightened several doctors by providing knowledge and training in prestigious institutes like the Tata Memorial Hospital in India, as mentioned by Dr. Permanent before. The Merck Foundation Capacity Advancement Program has trained several doctors in the fertility specialty, and this will indeed be of a great value to provide a world-class treatment at the fertility centers that are being developed in Mauritius. Merck Foundation has also been actively contributing in raising awareness, education, and training about various health and global issues, like I just mentioned previously, by organizing several sessions of health media training. I have myself been part of a lot of sessions online and on-site. So it has been provided in many countries across Africa. I have been privileged to be part of the MSc Psychiatry online program caused by the Cardiff University, UK. And it has been beneficial to me in strengthening my knowledge and skills in psychiatry. I am currently on my final year in psychiatry of my course. So I am grateful to Merck Foundation for this support, for this continuous support. And as rightly mentioned by the motto of Merck Foundation, together we can make a difference. Thank you.
Good evening, respected members of Merck Foundation, Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation, Dr. Belen Garijo, Chair of Executive Board and CEO of Merck Foundation, Dr. Kelej Kumar Jagatpal, the Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness, and all members present, good evening to you all. I am Dr. Morabi Wasila, a medical and health officer in the Public Regional Hospital and currently working at Victoria Hospital since June 2017. I am currently posted in the community health centers. I am doing a postgraduate diploma course in family medicine, which started in March of this year and is being delivered over a period of 12 months from the University of Buckingham. The course consists of 6 modules, and now I am doing my fifth module. This scholarship has given me a great opportunity to acquire new knowledge, which has definitely been beneficial and helpful to me in my practice as a general practitioner. During this course, a lot of online research, in-depth discussions, and interactions on important clinical topics is done regularly among students and tutors through problem-based learning on a platform. We are being constantly guided and monitored by our tutors throughout. This diploma has indeed helped me to learn more about diseases and better management and treatment of patients of all ages. I am grateful and thankful to the Ministry of Health and Wellness and to the Merck Foundation for giving me this amazing opportunity to enhance my medical knowledge. I thank you all for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
So good evening, Dr. Honorable Kelej Kumar Singh Jagatpal, Minister of Health and Wellness, CEO of Merck, Dr. Belen Garijo, and CEO of Merck Foundation, Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej. Fellow Merck Foundation alumni members, it is with great pleasure that we find the Merck Foundation family united again for this Mauritius Alumni Summit. I'm Dr. Sohan Munindranath. I'm a clinical oncologist working in the public sector at the New Cancer Center. So in 2023, I completed the PG diploma in cancer and clinical oncology at the Barts Cancer Institute from the Queen Mary University of London. So we have our fellow colleague, Dr. Naiken, who has talked a bit about the course. So I will just have to modify my speech a little. So just a few things. So as per WHO, approximately 1.1 million new cancer cases occur each year in Africa, with about 700,000 deaths. And data estimates predict a considerable increase in cancer mortality to nearly 1 million deaths per year by 2030 if urgent and bold interventions are undertaken. And I think that Merck Foundation has intervened urgently and boldly through the Merck Foundation Cancer Access Program, the motto of which is together we can fight cancer every day. So as Dr. Jagatpal had mentioned earlier, it has contributed to the training of more than 137 oncologists from 28 African countries. So regarding my studies, I had the opportunity to interact with experts from Barts Cancer Institute, a UK cancer research center of excellence, and a world-leading hub dedicated to cancer therapeutics. It is also one of the strongest cancer prevention units in Europe. The program has enabled me to consolidate my understanding of the science underlying the principles and practice of oncology and how new treatments are developed, evaluated, and implemented. Specialist knowledge of cancer biology and pathology, drug development, and latest developments in treating cancer, such as gene therapy, have consolidated my clinical practice. I've been taught comprehensive training in research methods and statistical techniques, ethics, and regulatory framework underlying clinical research. It has deepened my understanding of the different uses of radiotherapy, surgical procedures, and imaging technologies in the treatment of cancer, and the ability to evaluate the associated risk and benefits. So in addition, there's an online program, so my studies were fitted around my professional and personal commitments. So we have submitted from our hospital a list of the latest targeted therapies that will benefit our Mauritian patients. So with this course, I have been taught about the use and how to put into clinical practice the use of this medicine. So we are awaiting from the ministry the approval of some of the targeted therapies so as to be able to provide to our patients. Also, the course has helped me in discussing patients in MDT boards across our regional hospitals. So basically, once cancer has been diagnosed in patients, a team which includes oncologists, surgeons, radiologists, and pathologists plans the management of cancer patients before giving the definite treatment. So with this MDT approach, the effective treatment of cancer patients leads to increase of their overall survival. So in the recent 10th edition of the Merck Foundation Africa Asia Numeric 2023 in Mumbai, I'd had the opportunity to discuss with African colleagues. And one doctor from the Central African Republic told me they had 4 oncologists for a population of 5 million people. So there is an urgent need to train, and I think if I know that you will agree with me, I think that Mauritius had the facilities to train fellow African doctors in the field of oncology in the future. And if the Merck Foundation can give us a helping hand with that, it will be most welcome. And also, we can put our patients in multi-center trials across the world. So overall, I thank Merck Foundation and Ministry of Health and Wellness for their relentless support to train doctors. I thank you all for your attention.
Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation and President of More Than a Mother campaign, Dr. the Honorable Kailash Kumar Singh Jagatpal, Ministry of Health and Wellness, Dr. Belen Garijo, Chair of the Executive Board and CEO of Merck and member of Merck Foundation Board of Trustees, and fellow colleagues, good evening. I am Dr. Puniyam Suboyan Kulen, an emergency physician. I've been working in the public sector at SRN Hospital in the North since 7 years. In the recent years, we have encountered a wide spectrum of pediatric emergencies, ranging from neonatal sepsis to acute respiratory distress, and even burns in the accident and emergency department. Feeling a lack of expertise and confidence in this demanding field of emergency medicine, I opted for a much required course, the Pediatric Emergency Medicine, a postgraduate diploma. In 2021, I became therefore a recipient of a scholarship offered by Merck Foundation through the Ministry of Health and Wellness. As you all know, studying while working is very taxing. But fortunately, I had the support of Merck Foundation and its members. A special thank you to Dr. Kinsley. After 2 challenging years, in 2023, I successfully completed my postgraduate diploma with merit in Pediatric Emergency Medicine. For this internationally recognized course, delivered by one of the most prestigious universities, University of Edinburgh, I acquired a vast knowledge pertaining to pediatric emergencies. Furthermore, by the help of an online platform, I, along with different health professionals across various countries, discussed regularly our experience and protocols regarding pediatric emergencies. And moreover, I was able to share this acquired knowledge with my fellow colleagues at the hospital, thereby improving the management of these emergencies and henceforth delivering a better healthcare services at the hospital. I seize this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Merck Foundation for this golden opportunity. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation, Dr. Belen Garijo, Chair of the Executive Board and CEO of Merck Foundation, Dr. Jagat Pal, the Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness, and other distinguished guests present today. I am Dr. Karuna Prayag Luchman, currently working as a pediatrician in the public sector at Victoria Hospital. I am in my second year of postgraduate diploma in neonatal medicine from Cardiff University. I have been working with neonates over the last few years at the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit of Victoria Hospital, which is a 10 NICU bed capacity. Over the past years, there have been many changes within the unit. Firstly, at the level of its infrastructure, as it is a brand new level 3 NICU, which is functional since 2021. With a ministry constant strive for excellence and capacity building, we have had visits from neonatologists from USA and UK, helping us to develop updated guidelines. Merck Foundation has supported the government and the Ministry of Health and Wellness by offering scholarships in so many scarcity areas in medicine, and I have been fortunate enough to be considered for the PG diploma in neonatal medicine. This scholarship has offered me a wonderful opportunity to be exposed and to learn recent guidelines. Thanks to the guidance from the academics of the faculty and tutors, I have now improved my clinical skills and still learning to access to the latest research and academic journals. Thanks to the Merck Foundation, I have been able to improve myself as a pediatrician and as someone providing care to neonates. Without taking more of your time, I would like again to thank the Merck Foundation and the Ministry of Health and Wellness for all the effort they have put in providing opportunities to doctors to learn, acquire more skills and knowledge, and consequently improving the health services in Mauritius. Thank you for your attention.
Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation and President of Merck Foundation More Than a Mother, Dr. Belen Garijo, Chair of the Executive Board and CEO of Merck and member of Merck Foundation Board of Trustees, Honorable Dr. Kailesh Jagatpal, Minister of Health and Wellness, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am Dr. Smriti Dina Jagishaw, doctor with the medical unit of the Ministry of Social Security and a private general practitioner. I am pleased to welcome you all today to this summit organized by the Merck Foundation. My journey as a fellow Merck Foundation alumni started back in 2021 when I was offered the Merck Foundation scholarship to complete my postgraduate diploma in dermatology in clinical practice with the University of South Wales. After a challenging year of juggling between assignments, presentations, and work, I found myself humbled by the transformative effects of the course on my approach to clinical practice. Motivated, I decided to continue and enroll for my MSc in Dermatology in Clinical Practice, which I completed successfully this year. The opportunity provided by Merck Foundation was a catalyst in furthering my development in the professional field, while certainly and expectedly having broadened my knowledge and deepened my understanding of dermatology. The course has also at every step made me realize the local challenges in dermatology. We pride ourselves in Mauritius for being this cultural, multiracial country with a harmonious blend of ethnicities. But as a health professional, especially in dermatology, this is the primary challenge that we encounter in the diagnostic stage. Indeed, skin lesions have broadly been detailed in the Caucasian scale throughout the medical literature. And my journey from a diploma to MSc was delicately hinged on the fact that in my country, there is a need to accommodate all ethnicities in the diagnostic stage. This particularity of Mauritius was always the source of vibrant discussions throughout my course with my batchmates. And we have, over the past 2 years, throughout the course, had very vibrant discussions of how to integrate our newly acquired knowledge in this problem. Having acquired the necessary baggage in dermatology and research methods, I have engaged with senior dermatologists in Mauritius to start working on protocols and new guidelines. I have made it a daily must to comprehensively integrate my novel knowledge and acumen in detecting misdiagnoses, providing guidance and counseling, as well as proposing investigation of ignored skin lesions. I have since been surprised by how many patients, especially the elderly that I visit every month, are keen to talk about their skin issues which have yet to be resolved. I'd like to point out that despite being of cosmetic significance, dermatology is first and foremost a tool in diagnosing underlying deficiencies or diseases and has a well-deserved spot in multidisciplinary discussions. For providing access to top-tier education and facilitating this professional progress as a working woman and a wife, I thank the Merck Foundation and the Ministry of Health for providing online courses. I think that all of us here are very, very, very thankful that we don't have to leave the country and our families behind to have to progress in our career. So now we are a Merck community of professionals who are ready to give back to our community, to our country, through better quality of care. So thank you for helping us do that.
Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, CEO of Merck Foundation, Dr. Belen Garijo, Chair of Executive Board and CEO of Merck Foundation, Dr. Kailesh Kumar Jagatpal, Honorable Minister of Health and Wellness, Mauritius. I am Dr. Bhavna Tohulu German and presently working as endocrinologist diabetologist in the public sector in Mauritius, posted at Dr. G2 Hospital. I had the opportunity to follow the postgraduate diploma in Preventative Cardiovascular Medicine for the Ministry of Health and Wellness offered by Merck Foundation as part of the Diabetes and Hypertension Blue Points program. I completed the course in 2019. And I must say that the course was timely in that in Mauritius, we are now having decentralization of specialized services so that we are more reachable to our patients. As we know, Mauritius is having an aging population, and also Mauritius is fastly developing with modernization. And with this, the number of non-communicable diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and obesity are on the rise. And this is causing a burden of disease in our country and is touching the young age group as well. So there is definitely an urgency to prevent non-communicable disease and to limit its complications. As an endocrinologist, diabetologist, I am in constant contact with patients with diabetes and hypertension. The course has empowered me immensely in my daily practice, and I make use of my knowledge gained by using tools like the cardiovascular risk assessment to optimize treatment in my patients. And I also refer them timely to specialized services as and when needed. I also seize the opportunity to counsel parents who accompany patients to my clinics on preventive strategies through healthy lifestyles, by counseling about dietary habits, how to change their dietary habits, and also to have a low-salt diet. And I know that in Mauritius, there's a large program that is being carried out about reducing the intake of salt. And as I work with a multidisciplinary team of diabetes specialized nurses and dietitians, I impart my experience gained through the course for a better patient-centered approach. I have a special interest in gestational diabetes, and I have helped to set up a structured gestational diabetes clinic with established protocol for screening as well as follow-up of these patients in the region where I work. And this example has now been replicated throughout the 5 regions of the island. We know that post-gestational diabetes, both mother and the offspring have a lifetime cardiometabolic risk. And through these clinics, my team and myself, we are able to counsel these patients about lifestyle intervention so that in the long run, they do not develop complications related to these risk factors. I am so thankful for Merck Foundation for the opportunity to better arm our healthcare professionals in Mauritius, and grateful to the Ministry of Health for welcoming the idea to enroll us young professionals into these courses. And Dr. Rasha Kelej, you are really an inspiration to women, I think. Thank you so much.
The Honorable Minister Dr. Jagatpal, Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, Dr. Belen Garijo, and dear members of Merck Foundation. Good evening. I am Dr. Panchkuri Maroam, medical officer working in the public sector at Victoria Hospital. I have undergone the master's degree in the biotechnology of human-assisted reproduction and embryology, which started in November 2021 and ended this year in March 2023. As we are all aware, the fertility rate is decreasing worldwide, and Mauritius is not being spared. Currently, the fertility rate in Mauritius is 1.35, which has continuously been declining over the years. In parallel to the era of an aging population, there's immediate need to address the problem of infertility and thus adapt our health system to this clinical transition. That is why so much is being done in the sexual and reproductive health, from prevention to diagnosis and treatment of infertility. Through Merck Foundation, under the program of More Than a Mother movement, many of our doctors have benefited from different courses, including the diploma in sexual and reproductive medicine, the master course, and even the on-site 3-month training in India. Since last time till date, much has been accomplished in the fertility care. During my master's degree, I was posted in the gynecological and obstetrical department. This course has increased my level of understanding regarding infertility. The training and knowledge acquired has helped me to better counsel the patients, to clear out many misconceptions and taboo regarding female and male infertility. Patients came out of the consultation room much more reassured and satisfied. To end, I want to thank the whole team of Merck Foundation in providing the necessary training needed for the implementation of fertility care in Mauritius, which would have taken much longer without your expertise support. I want also to thank Dr. Jagatpal and the Ministry of Health and Wellness for bringing fertility care in our hospital and hereby bringing a ray of hope in many of our Mauritian families. Thank you all for your attention.
I am Mrs. Yolanda Pilikanaksabi, working as medical lab technologist in the pathological lab of Victoria Hospital, which is a public hospital. Through the collaboration of the Ministry of Health and Wellness and Merck Foundation, I got the opportunity of pursuing a certificate in clinical embryology under the program of Merck More Than a Mother. I attended a 3-month training course in this field at Manipal University of India, which started in January 2023. Through this training, I shall in the near future be working in the andrology unit of the SSRN hospital lab, which has been set up for the purpose of assisted reproduction, particularly for the time being IUI being intrauterine insemination. Soon we will start with IUI procedures, which will benefit couples attending the fertility clinic of the hospital. So I would like to thank Merck Foundation and the Ministry of Health for granting me this opportunity to attending this course and achieve a certificate in clinical embryology. This will help me in the day-to-day functioning of the andrology lab to establish the appropriate standards for the IUI procedures. So we look forward to start soon. Thank you.
Well, good evening. I hope last but not least, Senator Dr. Kelej Rasha, Honorable Minister Dr. Kelej Jagatpal, board members, chairs, and dear colleagues. This is a great pleasure that I'm here with you and trying to give you what I have been living for the last 2 years in doing PG diploma in clinical oncology from Queen's Mary University, Barts Cancer Hospital. Well, first of all, I would like to tell a bit about what has been the challenges of this course. So we were working, and you would agree with me. I started my career in 2005, and getting a scholarship for many of us to go abroad and to learn and to become a specialist was a very, very difficult task. It was not easily available. We were fighting for it. I have my dear friends and colleagues that we have started back in 2005 and other seniors who are there. But it was very difficult. We had to leave our job. We had to leave our family. We had to go abroad. And then, obviously, if we could get a scholarship, stay there for 3-4 years and come back. And start back when we were almost not to zero, -10, and build up again. So I won't leave it with a note of thanks, but thank you to Merck and thank you to everybody behind this foundation who has made it possible for all of us that could help us proceed to these online courses. But obviously we didn't go abroad, and that would be an added value if you would agree with the Honorable Minister to send some of our colleagues abroad and further get hands-on training and pursue their studies. So that's a bit about the courses, and it was, believe me, not easy. I don't think for you, but for me it was very difficult. I had 2 years of one semester was 3 months, so we had regular 2,500 words monthly resumes, posters, and online presentations with guys that we have never met. And they were like, oh yeah, you're from Mauritius, can we come for a holiday? I said, no. Excuse me. And the exams were tougher. It was online exams. Everybody thought, okay, we copy on the, we're going to see the books and we'll try to copy and write the exams. I don't think it was that easy. I had to call this friend, and this friend to say, pathologist, can you help me with a slide, please? So it was a very difficult task for the last 2 years. However, it helped me realize one thing. Everybody has done a specialty, but on your own, it's useless. We have to work together. And the policy of the ministry is a multidisciplinary teamwork. Am I right? Yeah. We have to work together. We have to share knowledge. Nothing is not available on the internet. You can go and read. But putting it into practice is not easy. So once we work together, it will be for the benefit of the patient. Because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, one line in our private practice, do improve your system, then improve the private system. Am I right? Yeah, I didn't forget that. So I was quite happy in reading that. So once the ministry is giving us the opportunity to study, I'm sure there will be more opportunities later. I think it's also our kind of personal input to obviously help for the better care of the Mauritian population. Because many of us have been awarded scholarship previously, and even now and further on. So it's good to try to help the system, which is basically a free system of medicine for the betterment of the care of our patients. So I won't bore you much. A few more topics. I'm sorry. So about oncology, I had 2 years of oncology, clinical oncology. Like medicine, oncology is evolving. We are going to the molecular level. Pathology is going to the molecular level. I can't work without the pathologist. I can't work without the surgeon or the physician. I need input from everyone. I need input from you, gynecologists, radiologists, pathologists, molecular biologists, embryologists, so that I use all this information to gather, and at the end of the day, present it to the patient and actually deliver the goods. So again, I stress on the fact that it is a multidisciplinary team approach. And it's good for us. I was talking to another friend, you must know him, Dr. Pamanan. He's smiling. Our system is stagnant. We are doctors that have graduated and come to Mauritius and have practiced that I have practiced that I have learned 10 years back. And what's happening now, what you offered us, is an outlook on the international evolution and progress in the medical world. And I think this is helping each and every one of us to achieve, to become better in a way. So if I could request, obviously, for some of us that the ministry guys, Honorable Minister, the Medical Council is still pending to recognize you guys. I would obviously like you guys to be able to put into practice what you have learned. I have graduated 10 years back, but still it is very helpful. And I think if there are more fellowship or hands-on training, either in UK or back in Mauritius, if you can have people here, that would be really great and really good for our doctors. So thank you Merck, thank you the Ministry of Health and Wellness for all your support and help that have actually bring out the best of all our Mauritian doctors. Thank you.